Thank you. Boy, the next time we come out of here, I hope we have an enthusiastic audience. Well, all of us at one time or another have had to go to a reunion. Family reunion, okay. Class reunion, kind of terror-filled. You don't know what people are going to be like. But our next guest this morning don't have to be concerned about dredging up old memories. Their escapades are seen every day by millions all over the world. Even though it's been 11 years since the Brady bunch left home, their reunions, we found out today and last night, are filled with magic. Please welcome them to Kelly and Company, Maureen McCormick, Barry Williams, Christopher Knight, Ann B. Davis, and Susan Olsen. Wow. There are hundreds here who I think cut school today because they knew you all were going to be here. Okay, I'll tell you what, gang, let's be fair. I'll ask some questions, and then in a little while, you ask some questions, okay? The Brady Bunch was probably the last show that had the well-scrubbed, wonderful group all together, marvelous all of the time. Was it that way really on the set?
Of course.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
Of course it was.
Anyway.
It was really wonderful.
Was it?
It was like a family on the show and off. We spent a lot of time together. We were family. We really were.
That's what we used to say. The truth is, though, that was maybe one of the hardest parts of the whole show, was that we were kind of expected to be good all the time, and in real life, we got along well, but we weren't all that goody-goody.
No, Barry wasn't. No, Barry
He wasn't. Yep.
It's true.
How could it be, really?
In fact, more than one of us was caught around a corner or in the bathroom with a cigarette when we were young.
That Barry was, yes. Barry.
Even I used to hide out on a stage close by, and we'd take Banaka and certs and everything, and we'd go smoke a few cigarettes, and then come back, and the welfare workers would smell to see if they could smell tobacco.
I'm shocked.
I was too young to have such fun.
Well, I want to add for myself that I'm now celebrating my 14th month smoke-free.
Good. No more cigarettes.
Good for you.
Okay, Chris.
Well, I picked it up.
What is it?
Well, you also, all as a group, made some music together, didn't you? One time. How did that
We recorded
take place?
5 albums, actually. We went on concert tour, which was one of the best experiences that I had.
We did?
The show. Yeah, I thought it was fun. Didn't you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
I have to ask all of you to use your mics a little closer on a remote situation like this when you talk.
This is why Chris didn't like our concert tour, because no one could hear him.
I'm quiet.
Is there something about you, Chris?
I don't know.
And
Sir.
in so many of the plots of the show, you were kind of the referee in many of the storylines.
Oh, yes, many times. Mm-hmm.
Were you ever in that role off the air? No.
No, it's only fair to tell you that I haven't the faintest idea of how to deal with kids. The nicest, true, now that they're all grown up, it's a cinch. But the nicest thing about playing that kind of a part is the writer wrote down all the answers, all the questions, and what I said back. Now, since then, I have met other children, and they say the darndest things, and I don't know what, I'll ask a perfectly legitimate question, and they'll come back with some dumb remark, and I have nothing to come back with. I like writers. I'm a big fan of writers.
Yes.
I
God
come out
love
very
'em.
clever with writers, yes.
Okay, general question again, maybe a little off the wall. If I don't ask it, somebody will. Again, off camera. Did
We ever, in real life,
got
together
and a little romance,
You know where he's
maybe?
going?
I remember one of the first few weeks of the show, Maureen and Eve came to me one day.
they never had a romance.
And no, but they said no. But this is before we got to know each other. And they really had decided that Chris and Barry were kind of good looking, and did I think it was okay if they sort of went after them, That didn't last because very soon they were like brothers and sisters, and they hated each other. I'll tell you. Let me tell you a story about when we did the Brady Brides in '81. Maureen and Eve were standing at the top of the stairs in the wedding gowns. They looked so lovely, and all the rest of us were standing around waiting for the shot. And these two were standing next to each other. And at one point, Barry turned to Chris and said, sometimes I have to remind myself that she's not really my sister.
It was real funny. When I first met Barry, I thought, boy, this is going to be great playing his sister.
Of course, we were 11 years old at the time.
I understand.
You realize what she's talking.
But, he was really the only, I don't know how this sounds, but, we weren't really around lots of guys and girls our own age. Working on the set, we were mainly with adults. So Barry was the one that I went after. And it was really difficult sometimes because we would go out at night sometimes, or I'd see him on the weekends. And if we had to do a scene together and be real happy and brotherly and whatnot, it was very difficult if I had a fight or if I knew he was seeing someone else, or it was very tough
The
sometimes.
swine he wouldn't
I didn't know about
I can't tell you how many times Barry came up to me
You were
for
too young.
advice. I was 10 years old.
What did he know?
He wanted to know about Maureen.
I feel like Maureen liked me because there was no one else around to compete with. And I thought it was me.
You mentioned a word. You said fights. Were there ever any strong disagreements between the members of the cast present today?
Barry and I have trouble on the tennis court. It's about what exists.
That's it?
That's more now, I think, than we play. Chris and I play tennis almost every week. We've maintained a friendship all through the years. But when we were working on the set, not so much in-house fighting because we were busy. We were working and we had to be there and that kind of thing.
Never happened?
I know it's disappointing.
Yeah.
We really did. We got
They
along like
quieted down so here. They wanted to
You
hear.
want to hear
want the
something
dirt,
rotten?
don't
You want
they?
to hear something rotten about us, don't you?
No.
No.
No, not me, boy.
There wasn't
no
anything
juicy
rotten.
gossip.
There's really none. I mean, none of the juicy stuff. That happened sets next to us, and
Yeah.
we can't talk about that. Though.
Okay, I'll see if I can persuade you while we take a break. We'll be right back with the Brady Bunch. Thank you. Okay, we're back with the Brady Bunch, and there are many questions for you, starting with.
Did you stay together after the shows quit and you went off the air?
What do you mean stay together?
Maureen and I stayed together for a little while, and then she got married.
Disgraceful.
And we all met at her wedding. And we had a wonderful time at the reception, so it was like a reunion, too.
But to answer your question honestly,
Go ahead.
actually, we all went our own ways individually.
Thank you.
But we're still very close. It's like it's equivalent
After all,
to
we
being like
spent
friends
12,
in high school.
12 hours a day, 5 days a week together for 5 years. It's enough already.
We cannot see each other really for, quite a length of time, and you come back
And there
and
was a musical version.
yeah, you come back and there's so many, you know, you can kind of pick up
Exactly
where you
Picked
left
up
off.
a lot. We all maintained a really nice relationship that we can get back into. I think that's amazing.
Okay.
You want your turn now, Mr. Kelly?
I came from the Robinson bunch, and I was just wondering, every time I would watch it, I wondered how they could get along so well. There were 7 of us, and we sure didn't get along that well.
Very simple answer to that. By definition, we had no problem that we could not solve in 23 and a half minutes.
Also the writers, Ann, right?
Right, writers.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is, I was wondering if all of you are still in the, the industry.
The industry.
I'm still in the industry.
Yes, we're working in different things. I'm going to be taking out the 85 USO Christmas tour next month and travel all through the Mediterranean performing for the armed services.
I'll tell you what. We're going to have another segment after this, and let's get into what everybody's doing now, okay? Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious if any of you are married and if you have kids.
I just got married this March, and everyone was at the wedding, except for Ann. Ann couldn't be there, but I got to see her a couple weeks beforehand. No kids, and I don't think any kids for at least a couple of years.
Well, we had a great time at her wedding, let us tell you. We showed up at her honeymoon suite, all of us.
God, I could not believe it. They showed up.
And you wouldn't leave.
And they wouldn't leave. They really wouldn't. I mean, they stayed for quite a while, and I was, you know.
We got into the fruit basket and everything.
We ate everything.
It was real
I
fun.
haven't heard this story. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Anybody else gotten married? Unmarried?
I'm in active search mode.
You just made a big problem for yourself today, Barry.
I've got all day.
I don't have a question, but I just want to tell Chris that I think he's cute.
Thank you very much.
Great taste.
I was wondering if people still recognize you from being on the Brady Bunch.
Can I feel this one? Actually, it's very funny. Last night, Barry and I were talking about this. It depends on what crowd you're in. Some crowds will be in, and I'll get recognized, and Barry will be standing idly by. And in other times, it'll be just reversed.
You know, I find it has to do with if I wear my hat with my flashing name on it.
Ah, yeah.
It's funny. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes you can walk around and nobody makes anything about it at all. And other times, sometimes I'm like invisible. And other times I can't walk across a store without getting stopped half a dozen times. I mean, they're not pushy about it. They just say, "Oh, aren't you?" On the airport in L.A. I got jumped on right away, and in Denver, and when I came into Detroit. So it's nice sometimes.
First of all, I think Maureen is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Thank you. Where have you been?
In Michigan. Are you all from California or live in the same city?
I'm a native Californian.
So am I.
And the rest of them?
I was born in New York and raised in California.
I was born in Schenectady, New York, and raised in Pennsylvania, and moved to California a long time ago. Now I'm in Denver.
I was born and raised in Southern California.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, dear, come on. Go ahead.
How did you get picked for the show?
How did they what?
Get picked for the show.
How did you get picked for the Brady Bunch?
Many auditions.
I think they read something like 600 kids for that show, didn't they? And they tested, I don't know, 60 or something.
60. That I don't know, but I do remember that they really didn't test us acting-wise. It was pretty much a personality test. They just asked us questions and see how we responded.
Okay, we're going to take another break, gang. We'll be right back with more from the Brady Bunch. Whoa! Okay, thank you. Restrain yourselves. Be ladies and gentlemen. This is Novi, after all. We are back with the Brady Bunch, and there were a lot of people left dangling out there because we ran out of time, but a lot of the questions that they wanted to ask had to do with what you are doing now. Let's start at the far end.
Well, I'm still in acting, but I'm not really pursuing that too much right now. I have another career. I have a design company, which is my own company, a partnership with my boyfriend and I. And we're currently working on a project with Converse athletic shoes. And if all goes well with the market test on the West Coast, you should all be able to buy a pair very soon.
What will they be called?
Please. What?
What will they be called?
They're Converse high tops. They're on the Basketball All-Star. And it's just a new design with a little gimmick to it that I think you'll all like.
You heard it here first. And I know you're in Denver.
Yes, I moved to Denver about 10 years ago, and I joined a Christian community there. I found out that God loves me, and it came as such a surprise. Oh, we got some. All right, fine. Well, you know, it was always very important to me. It was always very important to me that the audience loved me and the people loved me. And then I found out that God loves me, and wahoo! So anyway, so I've been living in Denver, and I go out fairly often and give my Christian testimony and just tell people that, you know, except that I get a lot of laughs because I get a lot of laughs. Then recently I've been working in a place that we call it the Pastoral Center, where they pass out food to the needy and find housing for people that don't have a place to live and stuff like that. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Quite a turnaround, too.
Actually, I don't, do you get Canadian television here?
Oh, yes.
It'll be ready in 5 minutes. Am I still the Minute Rice lady? I am in Canada.
Yeah.
I go up to Canada once a year and make a commercial.
Yeah, we see him on
That's my
Channel
big
9 here.
showbiz thing these days.
Chris, how about you? Besides playing tennis once a week.
Actually, for 5 months now, I turned the tables. I'm now casting.
You what? I'm sorry.
Casting.
Oh.
Casting agent. Casting couch. No, I'm just...
Amazing. Barry, you've done a lot of stage work in the last few years, I know. And you were on the season opener of Highway to Heaven as a rock singer.
Yes, I was real excited about that. I think everyone probably has their favorite charities or benefits that they like to do, and one of mine is, as we were talking about earlier about smoking, is the American Cancer Society. And this year, Michael Landon was doing a two-part opener on Camp Good Times, which benefits children with cancer.
Yes.
And he hired me to play a rock singer on that show and kind of, in my own way, support what he was doing.
We have a clip.
Oh, good.
You don't know what it is, do you?
Well, I think it's probably the song, I think.
Okay, let's take a look. Barry in action.
At least a part of it.
Highway to Heaven. The concert will be here Saturday, shows at 4 in the afternoon and 8 p.m. We're running out of time, and I've got to find out what you were doing besides being married.
Well, since the show, I've done quite a few movies and movies of the week, Love Boats, Fantasy Island, and recently I've gotten into theater, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm loving being married, and just looking for the right roles and the right parts to play. My husband is an actor. He's got about 9 national commercials right now running on the air. I don't know if I can mention the products, but
Sure.
yeah. He has 2 Chevrolets running, a CNR Clothier, Quaker Oats, Mazola Oil. Anyway, he's wonderful and handsome and a lovely guy. And our favorite charity that we love to work with in our spare time, in fact, we did it on our honeymoon, was work for the Special Olympics, which is for the handicapped children.
All in all, would you say that the Brady Bunch has turned out not too shabby, huh? On the other hand, can they play Simon Says? We'll take a break and find out. Put you to the test. Right back with more Kelly and Company.
Simon says, shoulders place. Simon says, hands down. What are you waiting for? Don't be careless. Simon says, over to your right. Simon says, Marilyn, get off the way. You'll have pleasure beyond your dreams. Simon says, forward stretch. Simon says, touch the shoulder blades of the one in front. Honey, you don't touch nothing. Simon says, hands down. Simon says, shoulders place. Simon says, hands down. You gotta move now. Shoulders place. It's all right. We hold it. We lose too many. We'll start again. Shoulders place. It's all right. Nobody saw you. Simon says, shoulders place. There's no game today, John. There's no game unless you work with me. Let's start again. Hands down. If you drop your hands, you're out. But Chris, you can't be out. You made 3 in a row. We'll go for 4. Simon says, hands down. Simon says, walking. See, the trick of the game is if you don't want to get mixed up, watch me. And when you leave, you walk by me. Simon says, left. Face. Left is the other way. Left is this way, this way. Right. Face. Nobody saw you, Barry. Turn back. Simon says, right. Face. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, hips. Face. Simon says, everybody bend back. 1. Back is the other way. Back, back. Back. Bend back while I'm not floating. John, back is the other way. Simon says, up 2. Hands down. If you drop your hands, you're out. Right this way. You want a chance, honey? Simon says, you want a chance? Go back. You're out again. Simon says, you want one more? Go back. Simon says, look at me and go, Lou, darling, give me a chance. Simon says, say it.
Lou, darling, give me a chance.
Go back. You're out again. Here we go. Come on over here. You can go with us. You're out too. Bye-bye. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, you want a chance? No, no. You go like this. Simon says, step back. You go like this. Lou, darling, give me a chance. Simon says, go. Simon says, say it. Lou, darling, give me a chance. Not only are you getting a chance, you're going to win this game. Go back. Simon says, go back. Hold it. You're out again. That's it. Give her a nice hand. You're beautiful. Go back. Simon says, go back. Hold it. Watch out. Simon says, forward stretch. Simon says, hands down. What is your name? I was talking to you. Oh, you were. Simon says, what is your name? Say it loud. You're terrific, John. Say it. You're right. You want a chance, John? Simon says, look at me. Lou, give me a chance or you'll never be on this show again. Simon says, let me hear it.
Lou, give me a chance or you'll never be on this show again.
Go back. You're out again. Simon says, stay there, John. Simon says, forward stretch. Simon says, hands down. Simon says, forward stretch 1. Over here 2. Bye-bye. Give him a nice hand. You can put your hand down. You can go with him. That's right. Give him a nice hand. Thank you, thank you. You're not out. Simon says, Simon says, where are you going? What are you doing here? Simon says, give me a hug before you go back. Simon says, you're out. I got hugged. Go back. Simon says, go back. Hold it. Simon says, over here. You can put your hand out. Simon says, over here to you. Simon says, wave your hand. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, wait. Hold it. Bye-bye. Simon says, hold it. Come on over here. You can go with him. Watch it. Simon says, hands down. Come on over here, dog. You're out. Simon says, you want a chance? Simon says, you want a chance? Simon says, say it. Simon says, you want a chance, honey? You better get off your knees, kid. Simon says, hold it. Come on over here, dear. Simon says, over here. What is your name? Simon's your name? Simon says, come on over here, Kim. Simon says, give me a kiss on the cheek. Simon says, give John a kiss on the cheek. Simon says, who did you enjoy more? And upon your answer depends whether you stay in the game. Well, Simon says, whom did you enjoy more? Say it.
Simon says.
Who did you enjoy more? This is English. Whom did you enjoy more? John or me?
You.
Say it loud.
You.
You're out. Have a nice trip. Simon says, hands down. Come on over here. Have a nice trip. Bye-bye. Simon says, bye-bye. Simon says, over here, Barry. Are you scared? Are you scared? Simon says, are you scared? No. Say it loud. Heads, please. Here he goes. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, give that girl a kiss and you're back in the game. Hurry up, Simon says. Simon says, hurry up. Hold it. You're out. Go back. Simon says, oh, you got a hitch in you? Simon says, kiss her goodbye. Simon says, over to your left. Simon says, over here. Simon says, hold it. Simon says, I want you to sing like Tom Jones. Simon says, sing.
Let me love you, baby.
You better have enough lyrics because I'm going to play the game while you're singing. Simon says, over here. What is your name? Simon's your name. Step forward. Simon says, take a step back. That's back. Bye-bye. Give her a nice hand. Simon says, I didn't hear you. Simon says, everybody clap. Clap. Simon says, hold it. Head, place. Simon says, head, place. No, you're not. Put your hands down. Now you're out. Give her a nice hand. Simon says, hold it. You can put your hands up. Simon says, put your hands up. That's up. You're out. Yeah, you son of a gun. Yeah. Simon says, over to your right. Simon says, it's you against him. Simon says, face each other. Simon says, say good luck. A little louder. Simon, a little louder. Good luck. Simon says, grip each other's right hand. Shake. You're both out. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Marilyn, come back in. Beautiful. Marilyn Simon says, come back in.
We'd like to thank all the people who work here at 12 Oaks Mall who helped pull this show together, and we've had a marvelous time, and we're glad to see our audience come out and support us. This is fabulous. Thank you. Thank you all. Next week,
Kelly and Company is going to take the show to Dearborn and Fairlane Town Center. If you miss this one, come on out Friday and be a part of that audience. Some of our guests will include the daughter of Pablo Picasso, Detroit's great tap dancers, the Sultans, and some surprises.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
To this
we'll
crowd,
see you on Monday.
boy,
Thank
what
you
a show
again,
you gave
everyone.
us today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye, everybody.
And for tickets to see Kelly and Company live, call us at 298-6161. Any information on today's topics can be reached on our hotline. That's 298-6700. Ground transportation for some Kelly and Company guests provided by Statewide Limousine. Hotel accommodations for some Kelly and Company guests provided by the Sheraton Oaks in Novi. Maryland's clothes provided by Roz and Sherm of Bloomfield Plaza. Maryland shoes provided by Sandalar and Sandalar 2 of Applegate Square in Southfield. Hair and cosmetics provided by the Mario Max Salon of Bloomfield Plaza, Birmingham and Farmington Hills. John's clothes provided by the Claymore Shop of Birmingham and by the Ralph Lauren Polo Shop of Birmingham. Additional promotional consideration provided by the following 12 Oak stores: Artworks, Charles W. Warren Jewelers, Churchill's, Evola Music, and Fashionables. Pewter Plus, Redwood and Ross for women, Royal Windsor, Saltbox, and This End Up. Our special thanks to the 12 Oaks Fashion Panel, the 12 Oaks Fashion Guild, and all the fine folks at 12 Oaks Mall. Join John and Marilyn today on Good Afternoon Detroit when we'll be meeting a young artist who just might give Charles Schultz a run for his money. And Jackie will take your questions about the days to come. That's all live at 4 on 7 today.